Hello, everybody. There is a room you have been waiting to walk into and be told that you are enough. And I want you to really hear me. The room is not going to do that. That is not the room's job. Today, we are going to cast ourselves. We're going to cast ourselves. So you know what time it is. Let's dance, squad. Let's dance. Hey, everybody. I'm your host, Sheryl Whitaker. It starts with Joy Live. Are you leading from joy? Joy-led leaders do not wait for perfect conditions. We create the conditions.
I'm a protective strategist, not a deceiver. I'm calling my union rep.
The squad is the jury, love, and they're ready for the truth.
Your inner Beatrice, she's a bodyguard who never got the memo that the threat level changed. If we let that fearful protection run our life, you will spend your entire life preparing for a threat that is never coming. The next step requires one intentional, joy-led move. Failure reveals what you're made of more than Beatrice is willing to let you discover. You've been ready longer than you think. We are moving, and we do not wait for Beatrice to leave the room. We move with her. Our joy, our clarity, our sense of what matters and why this matters has to be louder. Every Wednesday morning, squad, joy in motion, motion of the ocean. It's time. Let's dance. Let's dance, motion in the ocean. Good morning. It is Wednesday again. Oh my gosh. Last Wednesday seems like a really, really long time ago. I don't know why it is, but hi everybody. It's me, Sheryl Whitaker, your host. Welcome to It Starts With Joy Live, episode 15. Thanks for being here. And hey, hi babe, good morning. Thanks. I was just going to give everyone a shout out and say hello to us in the chat. If you've been walking with us, we are now in cycle 4, 3 weeks in. So today that means that's joy committed. And we took off the costume last week, and today we're going to go to a place that most leaders have been quietly losing for years, and that's the room. And this is a different room. This is not the accountability room that we talked about with my friends a few weeks ago. Every person in this audience has a room. The boss whose decision you've been waiting on, or the board, or whatever it is. I mean, it's going on, and we'll talk about that room. The client who keeps moving the line. I've been dealing with that myself a little bit here. But hey, we have been auditioning for our entire lives and waiting to be cast, to be told, yes, we are enough. We have what it takes. You can have the part. And the room has not said it yet. And we haven't believed it yet in some kind of ways, but that's all going to end today. And our guest, oh my God, our guest today, she knows something that most leaders have never had to learn. Crystal, Alicia, Garrett, singer, actress, writer, producer. And she's the kind of artist whose career lives inside of the rooms that I just described. And, she's going to get all the credit, all the full credit when she sits down with us in a few minutes. But for right now, just know that Crystal, she's got a muscle that most of us in the audience have never had to model. And she's going to help us out. And we're going to talk through all that. I'm so excited. So excited. Hey, hi, good morning, Danny, Susie, Ingrid. Hey, hi, everybody. Good morning, squad. The chat is good and bubbly this morning. I love it. So, of course, Beatrice is here. Atlas is here because my head is here. The joy shift is coming. And I don't even need to tell you guys to, give us a shout out in the chat because you're already doing it. But just a really quick note before we dive in, a reminder that It Starts With Joy. This is for everyone, every leader, every artist, parent, executive, every person who's ever been waiting on a verdict from a room that was never going to give it to you. So you're home. I'm so happy you're here. And now let's get into my head a little bit. Good morning, Beatrice and Atlas. I know you're in there. What's going on?
If we walk in acting like we own the place without their validation, they'll see right through us. We need the proof first.
You're confusing confidence with permission. We aren't faking anything. We're simply refusing to let a committee grade our humanity.
It's not about humanity, it's the hierarchy. They hold the power to say no. If we ignore that, we lose everything.
They can reject a proposal, absolutely. But when did we hand them the authority to reject who we are before we even speak?
I don't want us to be humiliated when they decide we aren't what they wanted.
They can't pull a rug you aren't standing on. It's time to take back the pen. Sheryl?
Oh, wow. What? You can't pull a rug you're not standing on? Woo, I got chills on that one. That is That is so cool. Yeah, and Beatrice is feeling it. And you know what? What she's feeling is absolutely real. And we're going to talk about her as we always do in my monologue here. So let's talk about this room. Most of us, we have one. This is the room we've been waiting to walk into and finally be told that we're enough. Sometimes the room has a door. So I mentioned it before, a boss, a board, a client, a parent, a partner. Sometimes the room is more abstract, like an industry or an audience or even a culture, like this quiet judgmental committee that's inside our own head that holds half the seats. Either way, no matter what it is, there is a room and we've been auditioning for it. I know for me, it feels like my entire life. And this is really not about who you are. It's not even about who you show up for. It's about who gets to cast you. And whether you've been quietly handing that pen, as Atlas mentioned, to a room that was never going to use it on your behalf, never, ever going to use it. And here's the thing, what I've learned is that there's a specific kind of high performer that's in this audience. A lot of us, a lot of you, everybody out there listening, we are high performers. And because we're high performers, we do not have really an enoughness problem because we're getting enough, right? But we have an evidence problem. So you think you just produce a little more proof, the room will finally rule on us. I know, hey, this is me. I mean, I know when I was in corporate, I needed one more credential, one more clean quarter, one more successful launch, one more glowing review. And then even, thinking about it, like just the other day, this is still a thing for me. I was like, maybe I should get my doctorate. I mean, it's like, come on, one more before and then after. And surely then the room is going to say it. I'm going to hear the room say what I need to say, but the room is not going to say it. And it's not because the room is cruel. It's because that is not the room's job. The room's job is to evaluate the work. It is not equipped to give you the one thing you actually want deep down inside, which is a verdict on you. There's only one person in the building, one person in this building that's qualified to issue that verdict. And it is not the person at the head of the table. It is the person listening right now to the sound of my voice. It is you, and it is absolutely me. And for me, that time came when I finally realized that I needed to cast myself. Believe it or not, it wasn't the day that I opened up Eden Anthony LLC with my partner, my sister, my partner. It wasn't that day because that was just like a stroke of a pen. It wasn't really in my heart yet, and it wasn't in my head yet. I was still looking left and looking right and trying to figure out what it is that I really wanted to do with my life. It didn't come really until the day that I came out and I made a post out to my entire network and told everybody in my world that I was burning the boats and that I was not going back to corporate. And I was really, really going out there and doing the thing. Recruiters still called me. Those were the real tests, what the recruiters would call with some really great opportunities. And I would say, I know someone else who you might want to talk to about this, but it's not me. I'm still choosing me. And let me tell you, that was, and still every single day, I look at the boats burning behind me. And that's what I mean by that is like, I'm just not going back to that life. And it's because I'm choosing to cast myself. I'm choosing myself. And I have to be okay going into rooms that are going to tell me no. And Crystal and I, we're going to be talking a lot about that. So one of the things that I've learned through this experience is that the people who walk into rooms differently are not the people who finally got a yes. They are people who stop needing it. I mean, you understand what that means? Like, stop needing that yes. And not the yes to the proposal or a yes to a client or a yes to a part or a yes to a role. If you're out there, we're talking about you're not auditioning yourself. Like, you are so rock hard solid to who you are. You're saying yes to yourself and you're putting yourself on the list. You're not auditioning, you're not begging, you're not folding, you're not over explaining, you're not stacking one credential on top of the other. You're walking and carrying your own yes, and the room can either keep up or get out of the way. And what's really crazy is that a lot of times when you walk in with that kind of like feeling, the room moves towards you. And it's not because you bullied the room, it's because the room could finally feel somebody who isn't asking permission to exist in it. And that is a muscle that most of us have never been taught. We were taught we had to earn it, we have to prove it, right? We were taught we have to wait quietly until the room is ready to give us its grace. And that's not where we are anymore. Meanwhile, we've had the pen the whole time. And you know Beatrice is a part of this, the voice in your head, trying to keep you small and safe. Beatrice, she is a casting director. She's that inner version of the room, and she's been auditioning you against everybody else's verdict since you were a kid. I know for me, since I was a kid, but she, as we know, we've talked about her all the time. She is not an enemy at all. She's here. We're walking with her anyway. And we're just going to declare it and leave Beatrice to the side and ask her and tell her really to be quiet, just to be quiet. Okay. So we all have a Beatrice. We know it. If you haven't thought about yours, I mean, we talked about this when I was on the boat. You have a name. Dwayne's listening out there. His is Eugene. We've got Sophia. We've got Victoria. We've got Beth. We've got Logan. They're out there. They're out there. Just know and remember that she's a part of this story, or he's a part of the story. Running a casting process from 20 years ago and a life that you have completely already outgrown. And hey, we're not asking Beatrice or Eugene. We're not asking the room. We're not earning the room. We're not waiting on it. We are casting ourselves with a verdict that is already decided. It's already decided. Let's go, Atlas.
Sheryl is right. The room is never going to hand you the verdict, and that becomes painfully obvious when you look at this week's calendar.
Wait, we're talking about Mother's Day? If we take the day off without them offering, we look selfish. It ruins the whole point.
There is a massive difference between being selfish and being self-sustaining. Waiting to be gifted your own rest is a losing strategy.
But it's supposed to be about them appreciating us. If we have to cast ourselves, it means they failed.
It means they can't read minds. Handing the casting pen for your own joy to distracted people is how you end up with another mug.
I'm just so tired of having to write the list for everybody else.
I know, but you're the only one qualified to read it. Let's look at exactly what is on it. Sheryl?
Yeah, so we're talking today. Here's the thing. We have to honor our moms, right? We're talking about Mother's Day. But before I say another word, I have to wish a happy belated Mother's Day to every single one of you who's carried that day anywhere at all on Sunday. So we're talking about moms whose babies are little and moms whose babies are grown, stepmoms, bonus moms, godmothers, aunties, grandmothers, grandbabies, foster moms, adoptive moms, and to the women in this squad who have quietly mothered a friend, a colleague. I know I've got a ton of moms, a neighbor, a stranger for years without ever being thanked for it. To moms who are still in the trying, to moms grieving a loss the world did not give them language for, to the moms who lost their own mom and Sunday felt different this year. And yes, of course, to my fur baby mamas, walking, feeding, vet running, whether you are the one or not, I am not the one. Dwayne is the one when it comes to Bella. But hey, all the moms out there, and of course, a happy Mom's Day again to who might think is the best mommy in the world, my mom, Phyllis Raphael. I know that she's listening, and I love you so much. All right, but here's the thing about Mother's Day, and oh my gosh, and oh, thank you, Mildred. She's flashing the BuzzFeed link on the screen there, the article. Every Mother's Day, the internet does this like performative thing with like, what does mom want for Mother's Day? Bouquets, brunches, custom necklaces with like initials on it, tribute carousels on LinkedIn. I mean, it's like, it just goes on. And at the same time, moms in group chats and Reddit, they're commenting like about this article, what to get mom, naming what they actually want. BuzzFeed, it's been running a version of this list for years. And so we'll drop it in the chat or we will get it to you guys afterwards. It's never a mug and it's never roses. And the moms out there, I know exactly what you're thinking now. You already know the answer. What moms keep saying they want is a real day off, time alone, quiet. They want to be left alone. Somebody else carrying the mental list. A photo of them maybe with their kid because they're always the ones that are holding the phone. A morning where they are not the mom, not the wife, not the daughter, not the person who's getting things done. And it's the same list year after year. I'm looking out here to see if anyone is with me on the comments. So, and here's what I can't stop thinking about. The list is not the news. The news is most of the women writing it are still writing it. You're still writing it every single year, still hoping somebody in the house, the family, the office will finally read that list back to them. And squad, that is not just a mom pattern. That is a high performer pattern. The executive waiting on the board to notice what she carries. The founder waiting on the team to see what the late night costs. Mother's Day is just the loudest, most televised version of something most of us run every single week. And this is where Joy Committed walks in. Cast yourself first does not mean stop loving. Our moms are never going to stop loving, no matter what kind of mom you are. It means stop waiting for the room to read your list back to you. Write it yourself. Hand it to you yourself. Take the morning. Take the seat. Tell people what you want. Declare you are also a person who needs to count before, hey, what's up, Keena? Yeah, every year. Oh, you hear it every day. Julie hears it. Julie, she's the best. I love it. Thank you so much. All right, so I hope you guys are feeling me here because what we're talking about, it calls for moms and probably those dads out there too. I forgot to call you out dads who are the moms. But you write your own list, cast yourself. Do what you want. Make sure that people who love you know what it is that you really need. And then go forth and do it. Okay, so 2 reflection questions today. 1, what was on your list on Sunday that nobody knew to give you? Name it, even if it's late. Throw it in the chat if you want to, or tell that person. And the second one is, what is on your list right now that you are going to cast yourself into this week without waiting on anybody? What is it? What is it? All right, so happy belated, squad. Every kind of mama, including the kind of mothering that you are doing for yourself. All right, so it is time. It is time for us to bring on Crystal. I'm actually not going to I already give a little yada yada about her in the beginning. So I'm just going to turn this over to my girl, Zola, to introduce my girl, Crystal Alicia.
She works in an industry built entirely on strangers' opinions. Every single day brings a new jury. Casting directors and reviewers constantly weigh her worth. It's a heavy reality for someone who grew up in Columbia, South Carolina. Today, we're sitting down with Crystal, and she knows exactly what external pressure feels like.
Crystal has opened for artists like Ciara and Keisha Cole, and made appearances on shows like Atlanta and Law & Order.
She even starred in the film Honk for Jesus. Yet her hardest role was learning to stand up for herself. Crystal admits she used to be too nice. She could easily fight for others, but struggled to defend her own space. Then she made a powerful choice to fully love herself. That decision finally brought her absolute clarity.
She stopped waiting for the room to validate her. She realized that being enough isn't something you earn.
It's something you decide before you ever walk through the door. Everything else is just a performance review. If you're waiting for a boss or a partner to validate you, listen closely. She models what it means to cast yourself first.
Let's welcome Crystal to the stage. We are so thrilled to have her with us.
Yes, we are. We are so thrilled to have you, Crystal.
Hello.
Hello, lady. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am so good. Thank you. We were talking a bit backstage. So excited for this conversation. I feel like I've been waiting like forever.
Yes.
Oh, how did you love that intro?
It was so great. Thank you so much. That was so kind.
Oh my goodness. Hanging out with the likes of Sterling Brown and Regina Hall.
Oh my gosh, they are amazing. I couldn't believe that I was cast in something with them.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they were in the lead roles until we were sat at the table read.
Oh wow.
We all sat there, and then they walked in and I was like, oh. Hi.
Wow.
They were so kind. They said, welcome, and this is going to be so fun. And, we're excited to work with you. And I was like, what? Yeah.
Wow, wow. And talk about, what were you telling yourself in that kind of room?
That kind of room, that was right after we got back to work after, the whole quarantine of COVID hit. So that was my first job after that. And it was huge. So when I got in that room, I dressed up. I put on glitter eyeshadow because that's my staple on stage.
Yes.
Eyeshadow. And I just went in there and I said, this is where I'm meant to be, because it was my first big movie and I was going to be on the big screen. And this is something that I've been dreaming about since I was a little girl, watching black and white movies, watching Marilyn Monroe and Bus Stop, or Some Like It Hot,
Wow.
or Dandridge, or Betty Davis, all the greats. And I was actually going to be on a big screen like them. So it was so thrilling, but yet so humbling at the same time, because I had finally got there.
Right.
So
yeah,
I was thrilled. I was humbled at the same time. And
so
it was
proud of you.
Thank you so much.
So proud of you. So proud of you, lady. Oh, all right. So of course, because whenever we talk, we just like, whoo, go. And I just remembered that everybody else is out there watching us.
Hi, guys.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone. All right, Crystal. So as always, every single episode of It Starts With Joy Live is inspired by the guest and what it is that guest wants to talk about. And normally I start each one of the guest segments with a hot take.
Okay.
And you have a new single out called Hopelessly Romantic that we had some fun with on the promo yesterday. Oh, there you are, gorgeous lady, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I want to read for today's hot take. If you play along with me, I'm actually going to read a line from your own words, from the song. And it's so perfect for what we're talking about today. And I just want to get into your head a little bit and ask you your thoughts behind this lyric. Okay, so I'm going to read it to you. Because I still have courage to believe. Oh, by the way, I'm not singing it, so everyone, you're welcome. Because I still have courage to believe, even though my tears land on my sleeve, and my heart will find a place to rest its soul, which is my favorite part of the song. And I just feel like it's so related to what we're going to talk about today. So where were you when you wrote that, and what thoughts do you have on that lyric?
I was in not a great place at that time. I was struggling with my career, struggling with my personal life at the time. So there were a lot of tears during that time, and there were a lot of doubts during that time. But when I got to that section of the song, that was the bridge. So I actually wrote the lyrics for both of the verses first, and then a different day, I wrote the lyrics to the bridge.
Okay.
And so I was reading the lyrics for the verses, and I said, okay, yes, that's how I feel. But this can't be it. This can't be the end. Like, I can't suffer my entire life. I have to have the courage to believe that there's something better out there for me. Even though I'm going through this terrible time in the moment, there's something great that's going to happen for me in the future. And I have to have the courage to believe that, even though I'm in a dark space. So we have to constantly tell ourselves that when we're in moments like that, right?
Yes.
Because we can get so weighed down by being discouraged from all the no's that we might be hearing in our lives, whether it's our personal life, our career. Anything can come at us that can be negative, but we have to turn it around and see the positive in that moment, and reach for the future, because there's a future you waiting for you and reaching out to you. And that's what I put in my video. There's 3 characters in my hopelessly romantic video. And the one in the red is the future crystal, reaching
Yes.
out for the past crystals, saying it's going to be okay. I'm here. I see it. Everything's going to be okay. You just have to hold on and have courage to believe that there will be a place for you to have calm and to lay your soul at rest and have the future that you really want to have, because it's here.
Ah, that is absolutely beautiful. But how do you get there? Like, how, because for some folks, they are in that, you called it like the dark place.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, they're in that dark place and they don't know they're in that dark place.
Yes.
How did you know you were in that dark place, and how did you work to move yourself out of it? Like, oh shoot, I'm here and I know I don't want to be here.
Yes. So to get out of that dark place, you have to do whatever feels right for you, whatever feels good in the moment. I started doing things that just made me feel nice. Like, I love the TV show Bob's Burgers.
I've never seen Bob's Burgers, but I know about it.
You have to watch it. It's amazing. It's a cartoon, but it's sort of like an adult cartoon.
Yes.
But kids can watch it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Certain age kids. But that cartoon is so beautiful because you're watching comedy, right? But you don't realize that you're being taught things in this show, which I think is so beautiful.
I love that.
For the writers to do that, because we're just sat there thinking that we're laughing our butts off, and we are, but we're also learning. We're learning how to love ourselves. We're learning how to accept ourselves for who we are. Mm-hmm. So watching Bob's Burgers really dug me out of a huge hole that I was in. I love, yes, Bob's Burgers.
Good, Mildred. Thank you.
There it is. And I almost wore a t-shirt.
That's awesome. Thanks, Mildred.
And John Roberts, who plays Linda, the mom, he actually followed me on Instagram recently, and I freaked out. But
oh wow, that's cool. That's
cool. So he's incredible. He characterized Linda after his mother.
Oh, okay.
She's from New York, and she sounds just like my mom because my mom's from New York.
Hi, April. I know you're watching.
Yes, Mom. Hey, Mama. So it was such a great technique that I used, just watching that over and over again, because it really spoke to me, and it's so at the same time. So you have to do what makes you feel good in that moment. And then when you feel that positivity just flood into your body, no other way but to head towards more positive things, So that's what I started doing. And then I started getting out of my own negative thoughts and thinking more positively, because I was doing things that made me feel nice, made me feel good, instead of dwelling on, the negative things that were right in front of me. So I started putting positive things into myself. Putting positive things like Bob's Burgers, reading the Bible more often, talking to God more often, really getting in touch with what my purpose is here in life. And another thing is, I recently lost my older sister to breast cancer.
Yes. Sweet jazz.
So, yeah, I haven't talked about her live before, but
I'm here.
Realizing that we are all still here for a reason. And I had to find out why. I was thinking, she has children. She has my nieces and nephews who are still here. Why, God? Why did you take her and leave me? So that really forced me to look into the positive side of my life, because yes, we miss her so much. Yes. But it also taught us by leaving that we have a bigger purpose than we can understand for being here. But you have to head towards that, and you have to find it yourself. You can't wait for anybody else to tell you this is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to do, because that's what I had been doing mostly all my life. And I had been directed and helped by so many people. And then when I got to that point, that dark point in my life, I shut a lot of people off. And I had to really find my inner voice and find out what the rest of my life was going to be. So it was so helpful to realize those two things and to positive things into myself.
Wow. Yeah. And no, sweet Jasmine, she wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah,
But
that's right.
Right? So,
That's right. I know she was stretching me like, get your butt off. You better go do stuff.
Yeah. But, we got a few folks saying hi. Matt from Kindness Rising. Good morning, Matt. And Angel's here. Hi, Angel. She said, I'm here with you, sis. Love you.
Sister, oh, I love you too.
Yeah, I love you, Angel.
Oh,
Another superstar.
That's right. She's
talented family.
An writer and rapper and singer.
Yes,
incredible.
Absolutely. I wonder if you guys could do like
yeah, we have
a collab.
Yes, a collab. Mm-hmm. We've done a lot of stuff, and she's working on her album as well. I'm working on my album too, and I'm on her album already, and she has to get on mine.
Oh my gosh! It's fire!
It's
fire! I am so excited for that. Okay, so there's something that you wrote on your form, and it's like it's so powerful to me that I literally have to read it. I have it right here. You said, it's okay to go after all my dreams because they are not too big for me. Mm-hmm. I am enough. I have what it takes. Yes. And I've got chills because that's the line that I built this whole episode about the room around. So can you please talk about it? Because a lot of us haven't gotten there yet. Yes. So where did that come from? How do you know?
Well, a lot of my friends and family push me, but you have to find it in yourself as well because you're living your life, right? So they can push you as much as they want to. They can talk to you till you're blue in the face. But once you realize that first you love yourself, then there's so many endless possibilities because you can love other people, but you have to love yourself first.
Absolutely.
So I went back to the drawing board these past few years and really searched myself and searched my brain and searched my heart and soul to find out like what I wanted to do and what my message was. So once I realized what my brand is, which is just the heart of me. Your brand is the heart of you, right? So I'm so compassionate about others being well and being safe, especially my family and friends. Like when you guys are good, I'm good. But also I have to feel that way about myself too.
Right.
So searching inward and just finding that strength to say, okay, I can do this for me too. I'm enough too. Like I know that all my friends and family are beautiful, talented, intelligent people, but so am I. And I went back and looked at what I've been able to accomplish with their help. I was able to graduate from the University of South Carolina School of Music and get my bachelor's degree in music with an emphasis in vocal performance. And I learned classical music. So I'm an opera singer. I sing pop, R&B, I sing country. Like I can sing everything because of what I've learned in school. And I'm a writer now, and I started writing all these movies and TV shows now that I just have in the pocket, and I'm working on now with people in the industry who randomly reached out to me and said, do you have anything cooking? And I was like, actually, yeah, I've been writing. So I think
isn't that amazing?
What I'm supposed to do? Yeah. So once you start setting those wheels in motion for yourself, then God will bring everything else to make everything happen. And it's crazy how things drop out of the sky. And then also how much more courage you get for yourself because you have courage for other people. And that's so easy because it's outside of you.
Right.
But for me, that's just not the kind of person that I was for a long time. And I had to find that person again. So
what did you have to unlearn to find that person inside of you?
Oh, what did I have to unlearn?
What
That
did
is,
you have to unlearn?
that's a very good question. I had to unlearn being so nice.
Let's talk about it. We got like the master of nice versus kind, Matt Ritchie. He has a show on our network, so I know he's listening in. You had to stop being nice.
Yes. I mean, you can be kind, you can be compassionate, but you also have to have that fire and that tenacity and that
Yes.
drive to continue to motivate yourself. Because if you don't have that, then you're not going to get anywhere. So I stopped being nice about things. Still kind,
Mm-hmm.
still compassionate, because that's my brand and that's at the heart of me. I'm kind and I'm compassionate and I'm loving. And once I got over being nice and wanting to reach out to my colleagues and not feeling like I was a burden on them, that's when things really started kicking in for me, because I have numbers in my phone that I can't believe. Like I don't even understand
Right.
numbers that I have in my phone. And I was actually talking to my husband and my god brother, my brother-in-law and my future sister-in-law. They're getting married next week, actually.
Oh yeah, nice. Congrats.
Yes. And so I was talking to them and he said, yeah, you have this person's number in your phone. I feel like, what was your relationship? And I said, it was really good. And they gave me that number. And he was like, have you called them yet? And I was like, no.
No.
And he was like, Crystal. And I said, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So then I shot them a text and they responded.
Wow.
Started giving me advice and mentoring to me right then. And I was like, okay. Stop being nice.
Stop being nice.
Stop being so nice. You can be kind and you can be compassionate, but don't let your nice ability, I'm making up that word.
I like that. Let go of the nice abilities.
Yeah, let go of the nice ability and fight for yourself.
Yeah.
Dang it. Like, fight for yourself. You can fight for so many other people. Why can't you fight for yourself? What have you been doing?
Wow.
So once I got that fire lit under my own butt by myself and the encouragement of my family around me, that's when I started taking off. And I put out my music. I started writing again, and I started believing in what God was putting into my brain, and it needed to be heard. And Hopelessly Romantic is being so well received.
Oh, it's a beautiful song.
Thank you so much. And people are like, oh my gosh, I can be hopelessly romantic about myself.
Yes.
Hopelessly romantic about, that was your line. You said, I'm hopelessly romantic about myself. And I said, oh my God, that's gorgeous.
Yes, that when I watched Crystal, when I saw that video, and like you think of the time that, oh my God, she's being hopelessly romantic about some dude who's not loving her the way she deserves to be loved, blah blah blah. And then you go and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's about being in love with yourself, hopelessly romantic with yourself. How beautiful is that?
Yes, because you can't really love anybody else until you truly love yourself.
Yes.
So it's a long battle to get to fully loving yourself, every part of yourself.
Every single part
you don't even like about yourself. You have to love those parts, because you can do that for other people. Why can't you do that for yourself? You can.
Yeah, you absolutely can. You said that in your notes that you found yourself being like really, really courageous for others.
Yes.
Like giving other people advice or standing up for other people.
Yes.
But it's much more difficult to stand up for yourself.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's absolutely so hard to stand up for myself. But if I see somebody else getting hurt or being mistreated or something, I will be the first one there to say something and to fight for somebody, even if I don't even know you.
Right.
That's how my parents taught me to be, how our parents taught us to be. My mom and dad drilled that into us. Take care of people, love your neighbors, make sure everybody's good, make sure your family's good. So, but they also taught us, make sure you're good too. But I forgot, I forgot that part.
Yeah.
I
It's
forgot.
so easy to forget.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you heard me talk before about Beatrice, and Beatrice is a thing, and I know I'm bullish enough to say that we all have a Beatrice.
Yeah.
How does that relate to you? Who's your Beatrice? Do you have one?
Oh, do I have to name? Ooh.
You don't have to name her, but what role is she playing
Penelope.
right now? Sorry?
Penelope. Her name.
Penelope. I love it. I love the names that come are always like older names, like Guinevere, and I mean it's like amazing.
They're old souls for sure.
Old souls.
Penelope.
How does Penelope play in your world now that you're courageous and you're out there kicking ass?
Yes, Penelope. She still tries to tap in, but I'm more able to push her down. But Penelope is like your anxiety, and they're kind of there to help you, right? Because they're trying to comfort you and protect you from harm and that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So I get it, and I love that movie with all the emotions.
Yes, Inside Out.
Inside Out. Love that movie, and they introduced anxiety in the last one.
Yes.
That's my Penelope.
I understand.
So I know she's trying to protect me and trying to prepare me for, big things that I'm doing. But I have to also see my joy. My joy is right there too. So I have to make sure that I pay more attention to joy. But, our Beatrice and our Penelopes are there to protect us. So I have to treat her with kindness as well, because she's a part of me too. So we have to still treat her with kindness and love. We have to love every part of ourselves.
Yeah.
So I make sure that I listen to her with a grain of salt.
I love it. I love it. That's perfect.
Okay, what can I take from this
Mm-hmm.
saying that will benefit me, but not bring me back down into that hole?
Beautiful.
So it's really hard to decipher that. But once you get to that point of loving yourself and accepting your joy first, then that Penelope is there as a safety net that you can listen to with a grain of salt. But
a grain of salt.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
I'll have to design a Penelope for you once you tell me if she's an elephant or not, so you can look at her.
I love it.
And
see her, be like,
you might need to have a salt shaker in a hand so you can remember that it's only only with a green. Oh yeah, Dwayne's liking that. Yeah.
Yes.
The dad's commenting. Hi, Hannah. We got a whole bunch of folks out there who are loving the conversation. Crystal, I have to have you back. This is always the hardest part for me, is when I look at the time and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's never enough time to talk to my incredible guests, and you have been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for all the jewels that you shared with us today. You are simply beautiful on the inside and out.
Thank you so much for you. And I'm so in awe of you. Thank you for inspiring me, for taking that leap first, because I also saw you and you inspired me in those moments as well. So she's doing it.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Hey, where can folks find you?
Yes.
Listen to your song. Want to follow you on Instagram, follow you on YouTube. Where?
All the things. Yes. So on YouTube, I am Crystal Alicia Garrett. On Facebook, I am Crystal Alicia Garrett. And then on Instagram, I am Crystal A. Garrett. And then Hopelessly Romantic is everywhere, worldwide, digitally. You can go Amazon, iTunes, all the things.
Yeah, all the things. Hopelessly romantic.
Yes.
I love you, Crystal.
Love you.
Thank you. Thanks for shining your light with us today, my friend. You're beautiful.
Thank you. You're beautiful.
We will talk soon. I'm going to have you back, you and Angel. All right, guys, that was amazing. Thank you so much, Crystal, for being here. She is definitely a beautiful, beautiful light. Let's go, Atlas and Beatrice. Let's bring us to our homework.
Crystal's an artist. Of course she casts herself. But we have a 360 review on Thursday. We don't get to decide our own verdict.
We aren't deciding the corporate verdict. We're simply refusing to let their feedback dictate our fundamental worth.
But if we walk in there already decided and they disagree, we look arrogant. Or worse, totally out of touch.
Arrogance is a performance meant to intimidate. This is quiet alignment. It's just deciding to stop auditioning for your own life.
The homework says to do it this week. I just don't know if we have enough proof yet to pull that off.
You don't need evidence to choose yourself. Let's look at exactly how to take that first step today. Sheryl?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, Beatrice, you'll be okay. Oh, Hannah, what amazing women you both are. Oh, thank you. And thank you, Daniel. Yeah, what a moment. I think this conversation I had that with Crystal is going to last a long time in my head. There were a lot of things. I'll share in the outro, but beautiful conversation. All right, squad. Week 3, cycle 4, Joy Committed. In awareness, we named a lie. We embraced and honored a costume last week. And this week, it's where we commit the moment you decide your verdict on you before the room ever rules or has a say. So our homework is 3 steps. And I'm going to challenge you to pick the one that scares you the most and start there. So you don't necessarily need to do them all in the order that I'm going to give them to you. Okay. So, but the first step is, if you don't know what the room is, name that room. One room, the specific room, the one you've been waiting on. Boss, board, client, partner, industry, committee, whatever it is, your own head. Name the room, the one that you can already feel in your chest. And then the second step is, I want you to write your own casting note. If you were casting you in this season, based upon who you actually are right now, what role would you write for yourself? What's the title, the scope? Who are you working with? What does it look like on a Tuesday at 2:00? Right? That casting note is the verdict. That is the verdict. And then the third one, walk into one room this week already cast. This one is a little bit scary. One room, a meeting, a one-on-one, an email you've been sitting on. Walk in inhabiting that part, not auditioning for it. The room will feel the different. And most of the time, like I said before, the room is going to move towards you because you have already decided. Fear says, wait until they tell you. Joy says, the room is not in the verdict business. You are. Walk in. Walk in. Just walk in.
Walking in already decided? If we change the script now, we might lose the role we've spent our entire life building.
If the role requires you to shrink just to keep it, it isn't a career, it's a cage.
It's not about humanity, it's the hierarchy. They hold the power to say no. If we ignore that, we lose everything.
Take a breath, sis. I know exactly how heavy those accolades feel when they are keeping you warm but not whole.
I'm just terrified that if we pivot now, we lose everything we worked so hard for.
You don't lose your history when you choose your joy. You graduate. Let's look at a woman who did exactly that. Sheryl?
You don't lose your history when you choose your joy. You graduate. Zola. Wise. Hey, it's time for Shine a Light. Oh my gosh. I was saying to Mildred before we came on this morning that I missed Shine a Light because we didn't get a chance to do it last week. And so we are back to talk about it. So every week, getting back to it on the show, we pause right here because someone in our world is already living the thing we're talking about today. And the only thing better than naming a truth is putting a face on it. And so we are shining the light today on my friend, Dr. Suzanne Tai. Dr. Suzanne Tai, she's a founder and owner of Swisher Dental and DFW Sleep Solutions. She's practiced dentistry for over 20 years. I know she doesn't look like it, right? She looks like she was just getting started. She is a diplomat of the American Board of Dental Sleep Medicine, the American Sleep and Breathing Academy, and the International Academy of Sleep. She has spoken at Harvard's Business Expert Forum. I mean, the list just goes on and on. She's the author of Snoring, the Clue That Could Save Your Life. And Last year in November 2025, she stepped onto the TEDx stage with a talk titled How to Reinvent Yourself and Find Joy Again. And that's, during my role as director of curation for TEDx South Lake last year, that's where I had the honor of meeting and getting to know Dr. Suzanne Tai better. But here's why she belongs in this seat, in this beautiful seat today. For years, Suzanne did everything she was supposed to do. She built a successful dental practice. She honored her refugee parents' sacrifices. She took care of her patients. She showed up with that beautiful smile, and quietly, privately, she was breaking. 8 miscarriages, a career she once loved that was draining the joy right out of her. The room she had been cast in, the role she had spent her whole life building, no longer fit the person she was. And this is the part of the story that lives in this segment. Suzanne, wow, she didn't wait for permission to leave the role she had outgrown. She did not wait for someone to hand her a new part. After one unexpected conversation with a grieving dental assistant, she made a decision. She walked away from the identity she had spent her entire adult life building, and she reinvented herself in a field she never expected dental sleep medicine, which, by the way, I didn't even know dental sleep medicine was a thing until I learned about Dr. Suzanne Tai, and she did her beautiful talk. So she cast herself in a brand new role before any room ruled on it. And the work she does now, helping thousands of patients reclaim their energy, their memory, their health, their lives through the power of a really good sound sleep, that work is literally saving lives. That is not a woman who waited to be cast. That is a woman who walked into a brand new room with the verdict already decided. And she is an amazing, incredible person. That is what casting yourself first looks like in real life. That is what Joy Committed looks like when somebody is actually living it. So, Dr. Suzanne Tai, my friend, thank you. Thank you for showing us. Thank you for being brave enough to show up in your own life and to do what some would think would be the unthinkable, to walk into a room, casting yourself in your own identity, leaving behind what no longer served you. So squad, watch her TED Talk. You can find it. Just look her up on YouTube and ask yourself the question her story is asking. What room have you outgrown that you are still showing up in? And who are you waiting on to give you permission to walk out of that?
Suzanne walked out and it worked. But what if we leave our room and the next one is empty? We need a backup plan.
It's not about abandoning your life. It's about refusing to occupy a space that requires you to be less than who you actually are.
But if we cast ourselves, what if nobody watches? What if we are standing on that stage completely alone?
Then you stand alone for a bit. The right audience only finds you when you stop performing for the wrong one.
It just feels so incredibly final, deciding the verdict for ourselves, with no one else to blame if it fails.
It is final. That is exactly where your freedom begins. Let's give it back to Sheryl and wrap this up.
Yeah, we got an extra transition in here today. Let's wrap this up. I got to tell you guys, I mean, I know that this show, when I first thought about doing something, and I manifested it. I got that sign on Etsy, that neon sign, before I even knew what a podcast, and then I met Keith and John, and then it became a live show. And I got to tell you, I think I had in my head that I'm going to go out there and I'm going to give leaders and anyone from any seat an opportunity to share and help the audience learn. But I got to tell you, week after week, hi, Jonathan. Good morning, my friend. I got to tell you, week after week, I am the one who is learning. I learned so much. Crystal, thank you so much for today. I have numbers in my phone that I need to call, that I need to dial, that I need to text, and I'm not doing it. And I swear to you, I promise I'm going to do it. I learned so much today. So Crystal, thank you. You know, you are in an industry where people are judging you every day, and you still have the strength to go out there and cast yourself. And I just love that. Thank you for your story and for Hopelessly Romantic. Squad, Your Joy Shift homework this week. You've got it. 3 steps. Name the room you've been waiting on. Write your own casting note. Walk into one room. That's what I'm going to do with a verdict. I've already decided it. You've already decided it. That's how Joy Committed. That's how it starts. Not in a journal, but in a real room, in real life. This week, we're going to take the role. Thank you, squad, for being here. Thank you for showing up and showing out in the chat every single week, whether you are watching this live or if you're on replay. You're really supporting, and the word is getting out. So I really appreciate you so much. Team, Mildred, Melissa, Jimmy, MITL, Celine, the list goes on. Kai, thank you guys so much. We are kicking ass, and we don't have time to take names because we're moving, we're embracing, we're committing into action every Wednesday morning, 8:30 Eastern time. Tell a friend. Don't forget about It Starts With Joy.live, where the community is. Subscribe and tell that Beatrice in your head, whatever name she's wearing today. I love what Crystal said. Take that advice that she's giving, that counsel. Take it with a grain of salt. Know where the heart is, but make a decision for yourself. Fear lost, joy won. Let's keep dancing, squad.
I have to admit, seeing them actually take the pen back is terrifying. But it is also kind of impressive.
That is what alignment looks like. Refusing to hand your power to a room that was never qualified to hold it.
They'll probably still panic by Tuesday when the real world hits.
Maybe, but now they know they don't have to stay in that panic. The verdict is already decided.
Fine, I will pack up the audition forms for now.
Good choice. And for everyone in the Joy Squad, keep dancing, because fear lost, joy won. We'll see you next week.